Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a nation that sits at the very crossroads of history, a place that has captivated empires, artists, and travelers for centuries. We're talking, of course, about Turkey. So, what is it about Turkey that just draws everyone in? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today, from its epic empire building history to the modern day magnetism that pulls in millions from every corner of the globe. You see, Turkey isn't just a country, it's a true bridge between worlds. It's a place where history isn't just in some dusty old book. No, it's alive. It's layered right into the very streets you walk on. And you can literally see the split in its biggest city, Istanbul. The Bosphorus Strait isn't just a river, it's the line that separates continents. On one side, you've got Europe, on the other, Asia. The whole city just breathes with the rhythm of both worlds. To really get what modern Turkey is all about, you've got to go back in time. I mean, way back. The story of this land is the story of legendary empires, ones that rose from almost nothing, ruled for centuries, and left a mark on the world that you can still feel today. Just look at the sheer depth of history on this timeline. It's absolutely packed. We're talking about layers upon layers of civilization. You've got the Greeks, the Romans, the Byzantines, and of course, the Ottomans, all building their worlds right on top of each other. And the origin story is fascinating. You might think the Ottoman Empire began in some grand, opulent palace with massive armies, but that's not how it happened. It all started somewhere much, much smaller and a lot more humble. So good. Remember that name. This small, historic town is where the tiny seed of the gigantic Ottoman Empire was first planted. For Turkish people, this place is a huge source of national pride, the very starting point of a dynasty that would one day rule half the world. So, the next big step came with Ertuğrul's son Osman Gazi. Yep, he's the guy the empire is actually named after. He took the city of Bursa and made it the very first capital. And from these small beginnings, a global power started its incredible climb. 630 years. Just let that number sink in for a moment. The Ottoman Empire wasn't some flash in the pan. It was a dominant force for over 6 centuries, shaping politics, culture, and religion across 3 different continents. Okay, so we've talked about empires, but that's only part of the story. Turkey is also this incredibly profound destination for spiritual journeys. Its whole identity is deeply woven with faith, drawing people from all over the world. And a huge piece of that spiritual puzzle is this: the population is 99% Muslim. Now, that's not just a statistic on a chart, right? It shapes the rhythm of daily life, the amazing architecture, and the entire soul of the nation. And with that, this number shouldn't be too surprising. 90,000. That's roughly how many mosques are scattered across the country. They are the heart of every city, town, and village, with their minarets pretty much defining every skyline. This is where you can really see Turkey's unique identity shine. You have the tomb of a direct companion of the Prophet Muhammad. Then you have the shrine of the beloved poet Rumi. And you also have the resting places of the Ottoman dynasty's founding fathers. It shows you how history, faith, and culture are all just completely intertwined here. All right, let's jump forward in time, because as legendary as its past is, today's Turkey has transformed into a modern powerhouse of culture and tourism. It's creating a whole new set of reasons for the world to be totally obsessed. Get this: 50 million tourists in a single year. 50 million. That is a staggering number, and it didn't happen by accident. This is the result of a really focused national strategy to show off the country's incredible treasures and turn them into a global phenomenon. So, why do they all come? Well, it's a powerful mix. People are drawn in by the unbelievable historical sites, the jaw-dropping natural beauty of its coasts and landscapes, and something you might not expect: its booming cultural exports. And the modern appeal is just so diverse. I mean, one day you could be floating in a hot air balloon over Cappadocia's surreal landscape at sunrise. The next day, you're relaxing in the snow-white thermal pools of Pamukkale. And that evening, you might be hooked on a Turkish TV drama that half the world is also watching. How cool is that? So with all this going on, you might be thinking, this sounds amazing, I want to go. So let's break down a few practical things for anyone thinking about a trip. Okay, first things first, let's clear up a common mix-up. While Ankara is the official capital city, the seat of government, Istanbul is still the country's vibrant, beating heart. It's the cultural and economic hub, not to mention the former capital of 3 different empires. For a lot of people, Turkey is also a land of real opportunity. These numbers here kind of give you a snapshot of the economics, using Pakistan as an example. It breaks down the visa costs versus what you could potentially earn and save. It just highlights that Turkey isn't just a tourist destination, it's an economic engine for the whole region. There's a saying that I think just perfectly captures the deep love and spiritual significance people feel for Istanbul. It goes, they say the heart of the universe is Medina, but its second heart is Istanbul. It just gives you a sense of the incredible weight and importance that city holds for millions. So, from an ancient crossroads to a modern powerhouse, the story of Turkey is clearly far from over. With a history this deep and a future that looks this bright, its next chapter is one the entire world is going to be watching. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.